My name is Noah Everett of Temuk, Kingsville, and this is an interview for my Mexican American history class. Will you please state your name?
Yes, my name is Jaime Cantu.
Do you agree to allow this interview to be used in a project?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. So, my first question is, what was it like growing up in a primarily Hispanic community? I know Oscar had said that y'all are from California originally.
Yes, so I grew up in Los Angeles, California, and growing up in a predominantly Mexican community, as a child, you don't realize that that's the situation. But as you get older, your teenage years, you start realizing that there are other cultures and other races out there. Um, the Mexican American community was a very proud community, very harmonious, a lot of music, a lot of great food, uh, good neighbors, uh, good role models and examples of how to be proper. But again, there was also the troubles with the gangs that were out there. But those two things, being that they're so different, it was your choice. Live in that beautiful, harmonious neighborhood, and or be involved in some of the gang activity.
Mm-hmm. So that brings me to my next question. This is going to take a little bit of a leap forward, but how how did you get the idea to start up a Kingsville boxing gym, and did your community have anything to play, any role
Uh,
to play in that part?
well, yeah. So growing up in Los Angeles, one of the avenues I took to stay out of gang activity was to join a boxing gym. So I saw what it did for me as a young man. I then moved to Kingsville, Texas at the age of about 16 and a half. We had visited in the past, so I was familiar with Kingsville. But when I moved here at 16 and a half, I joined the military, and I started seeing, more what was going on in our community, and I saw a void for individuals who weren't interested in being in team sports and things like that, or were just a little different. So I thought that the boxing club could benefit them and our community, and that's the reason I put that together. Yeah.
Hmm. So this is actually a personal question. Like, why the bull?
Why the bull?
Why the
Yeah.
bull for a mascot?
Yeah, because of the Kingsville Brahmas. Kingsville Brahmas. Back then, when I started the gym, there was only one high school in Kingsville. If I started today, it would probably be difficult to pick a mascot. But 1995, when we started the gym, H.M. King was the only school here. And so it was the bull. The university, be it Javelinas, brought in individuals from out of town to our community. But Kingsville Brahmas meant you were from pretty much the city of Kingsville.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, I figured it was going to be something like that.
Yeah.
But so are there any family traditions, and this is a question I had asked Oscar, that you all like to incorporate, like at the gym, like from your heritage?
Well, family traditions from my heritage. We definitely like to stop and recognize holidays, but not just through our heritage.
Hmm.
Uh, Dr. Martin Luther King Day is a very important holiday for me in our gym, and we play specific music that's appropriate for him, and it has small clips of his speech, and we recognize that day, and we recognize what he stood for. Um, but yes, we try to do some festivals there. Cinco de Mayo,
Hmm.
16 de septiembre. We talk about Mexican and Mexican American heritage and impact, and how it impacts boxing. So yeah, we do recognize.
And that brings me to like my main question.
Okay.
So, what made you want to create the exhibit of famous Texas boxers?
Well, gosh, because first and foremost, I admire anybody who trains like a boxer, um,
Has that drive to get that far?
right, and is the discipline to handle what's asked of them. Um, but not just the ones who train like boxers, those who actually box. That takes a special person. Um, I can almost relate it to a military person. You're going into a very uncomfortable zone for the next few minutes and for the next hour. So it takes a real special individual to do that. And as I look at those individuals, I look at those traits and those characteristics that they have, and I see that with those, if applied in outside the ring, those individuals are going to be very, very successful. So I wanted to show the younger boxers what's already been done and accomplished. Two reasons. One is for them to not quit. The other is to try to surpass. So yeah, that's why we have the exhibit there.
I think probably, and I've got to say my favorite exhibit there has to be Oscar's because, but other than his is Lefty Barrera.
Lefty Barrera.
Yeah, Robstown's hometown hero.
Yes, we are huge fans. I'm a personal friend. I'm blessed to say that I have his number on my cell phone. I speak to him occasionally. We brought Lefty down to be just an advisor of sort with little Oscar when he was in development for the Olympic team. So Lefty would come and watch his films with him and talk about and critique his performances. So yes, little Oscar, not because he's my son, it's more because he was my athlete. He was the one athlete that did everything and then some. And because he did that, he made being successful look easy. Unfortunately, we haven't had another Oscar in the gym in a while, and and we're working on that, and we're trying to adapt to the new pressures kids go through in life. But my favorite boxers out of the Kingsville Boxing Club is Oscar Cantu and little Anthony Navarro. So that's the first time you hear his name. Anthony Navarro grew up on the streets of Kingsville, involved in gangs, involved in bad activity, and we were able to convince him to bring his efforts and his energy to the gym, and he became a very successful citizen of our community. So those are my two success stories. Oscar in the ring, and of course what he does out of the ring, who can compete with that? But again, that's just who Oscar is. But then there's Anthony Navarro who brought true pride and he brought a new look at what the boxing club was doing here. One, producing champions in the ring, which Oscar did, and then producing champions out of the ring, which Oscar did, and Anthony and several others have achieved that because we've changed their lives. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. Honestly, this was all great.
Well, great. My pleasure, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.